Hi, welcome to Chad's Silversmithing. Today it's time for a quick tip, and I thought I'd talk about keeping your jewelry tarnish free, or at least minimize the tarnish that happens to it. So I'll talk about a few different ways that I do it, and I think it'll be kind of a short tip today because it's not too complex to do this, but I think it's useful information. So let's get started. So these are some of my design idea sketchbooks that are available on my merch store. These two top ones both have conversion charts on them. This one has a gauge to inches to millimeters chart, which I use all the time. This one is fractions of an inch to decimals to millimeters. I find that one useful as well. This one here is the one I'm using currently to do my designs in. And this one has soldering information, different kinds of solder and their flow temperatures, which is a useful kind of information to have. You can get a number of different ones of these on my merch store, and they all have different stuff on them. So the key feature for me, though, is the dot matrix in the background here. It helps me to draw better pictures, although you wouldn't know it from this one. But it's a great way to keep track of your projects from the past in case you want to revisit them in the future. I know that I occasionally look back through them to find out how I did something so that I can do something similar. Today we don't have any pictures really. We're just going to talk about keeping things from tarnishing. So get yourself one or two of these. I think they're really useful and valuable to have around. So first of all, what is tarnish? Tarnish is really what happens when silver is exposed to oxygen, moisture, and sulfur compounds that are in the air. So pollution produces sulfur. Some household chemicals can produce fumes that have sulfur. If you've ever worn a silver piece of jewelry into hot springs that has sulfur in it, it'll turn it completely black, which is causing it to tarnish. So those kind of things really accelerate that process. If you are in a really humid environment, I think you'll run into more problems than I do. I'm in a semi-arid environment in Colorado, which is pretty dry most of the time. So only when we have a spell where it's really moist do I start having a lot of tarnish problems. But there's basically three things that I've done in order to prevent that from happening or to mitigate it when it does happen. And the first is, years ago I tried buying these anti-tarnish strips, and I think they're pretty widely available from various jewelry supply companies. The ones I tried were Intercept anti-tarnish strips. I think I got them from Rio, if I remember right. And they're little black pieces of paper that have, I'm not even sure what's in it, but it's supposed to be non-toxic. And if you stick them in a plastic bag with your silver jewelry, it prevents them from tarnishing. And they gradually wear out and you have to replace them. I think they change color over time, so you can tell when you need to put a new one in there. But they seem to be pretty effective. I ran out of them over time, and I never got around to getting any more. But there's an even simpler way, I think, that you can mitigate your tarnish problem, and that is most of us have run across those silicone gel packets that you find in new clothes sometimes to prevent moisture from happening. They're desiccants, meaning that they suck up moisture. And they usually say don't eat on them, which tells me that at some point or another somebody ate one. So don't eat them, first of all. That's not a good idea. But they do suck up the moisture in any given area, so they're useful for preventing moisture from accumulating around your jewelry as well. So you can just find one of those. Next time you buy some new clothes and one falls out of the pocket, this is a big one that I got with something that was non-clothing, I think. But just take your jewelry trays, or however you store your jewelry, put them in a Ziploc bag, put your desiccant packet in there, and seal it up. And it should stay relatively tarnish free until you have to pull it out again when you want to use your jewelry or display it or whatever. I think probably if you put one in, say, a jewelry case, if it was relatively sealed in a gallery, that might even prevent it from tarnishing as much when it's on display in a store. So if it's pretty sealed, I think that would work. So finally, if you do have some tarnish that's built up on your piece of jewelry, I picked out this ring that's been around for a while. It's not really badly tarnished, but it's definitely not as shiny as it could be. And so sometimes before I have a big show, I'll take a day and I'll spend some time repolishing things using one of these sunshine polishing cloths. And these, out of all of the different polishing cloths I've tried, and I'm not a paid sponsor of sunshine polishing cloths or anything, I just like them. So I'm not getting anything out of promoting these. I just think they're the best ones I've found. Some of the other ones I bought in retail stores just really didn't do much. But these ones have some kind of chemical in them, and all you have to do is just rub, and you can see how quickly that starts taking the tarnish off. It's really effective. So with relatively little effort, you can get them really shined up. So it's pretty impressive how well they work. I'm not sure what's in them, but even pretty thick, dark tarnish will come off pretty readily with these things. So that's how I deal with the tarnish on the jewelry. I hope you found that useful. I'm curious to hear what tricks and techniques that you use to prevent your stuff from tarnishing. There's all sorts of ways to remove tarnish too. I'm curious what the different tricks are that people use. I know there's one you can use baking soda and tin foil. One time when I was trying to clean a denarius that had some greenish verdigris on the outside of it that I couldn't get off in any other way, I used that method with some baking soda and tin foil, and it worked pretty well to clean it up. So anybody knows that one, tell me how that works. I'm curious to know. And I'd also love to hear any other tricks that you have, because I'm always up for learning new ideas. So, all right, well, that was some strategies to keep your jewelry from getting too tarnished in between shows or whatever. If you found that information useful, I'd love it if you'd hit the like button for me. That really helps to get my channel promoted. And I'd also love it if you'd go visit my main channel page on YouTube. I have lots of content now. I've been doing this for about 4 years, and I think we're up past 600 videos now, so there's tons of content there for you to peruse, and you're almost certain to find something else useful or a fun project to try or something like that. So check it out. And I'd love it also if you'd subscribe to my channel. You can even ring the bell to get notifications of when my videos come out. I typically publish 3 videos per week, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday, and one on Saturday, so there's a pretty steady stream of good content, so check it out. Before we wind up, I wanted to thank some people. My patrons over on Patreon are my core group of supporters. They provide me not only financial assistance, but have created a really unique kind of artistic environment over there where we can kind of compare notes and share ideas and resources. It's very nice over there with a lot of cool people, so thanks for making it that way. You guys are awesome. You have a new person over there, David D. Thank you for signing up. I appreciate your support as well. My YouTube subscribers, we just passed 27,200, which is awesome. Thank you for that. I truly love the nice comments I get from you guys. It's heartening to hear that people are getting some use out of my content that I'm putting out, and it's nice to know that people are enjoying learning how to do the kind of thing that I love to do too. So thanks for the nice stories and the tips and the suggestions, so I appreciate that. I also appreciate your financial contributions, like the Buy Me a Coffees, the Super Thanks, buying my merch on my merch store, or buying my ebooks, which I've got 3 now. So thank you for that. That keeps my channel sustainable, and I couldn't do it without your help. Finally, visit the video description down below for information about this video, as well as some important links. There's a link to my Patreon if you want to find out about the various tiers of membership over there and the perks that come along with that. It's a great community, and you might want to be a part of it. There's a link to my merch store if you want to get yourself one of those nice design idea sketchbooks I talked about at the beginning. I find those super useful and very handy for keeping track of my projects from the past. It's nice to be able to revisit them and see how I did them if I want to repeat or do something similar. So instead of reinventing the wheel each time, it's nice to have those. So get yourself 1 or 2 of those. They're really useful. Finally, there's a link to my newest ebook, which is a guide to 2025's tutorials. It has a page for each that I did in 2025, includes a link to the video, a picture of the sketch that I drew prior to doing it, a picture of the final outcome, a list of materials it takes to make the project, stone information if there's a stone in it, a difficulty rating, and some notes I took about the project, like things that I might do different if I was to do it again, things that I learned, parts that were hard or parts that were easy, or or just whether or not I like the outcome in general. I don't always like what I make. Sometimes it doesn't come out the way you hope. So, but it's a useful guide, and I think it's a great way to have a whole bunch of projects right at your fingertip, and a really nice way to support my channel. So get yourself one of those. You can even get all 3 of the years that I've done that for, 2023, 2024, and 2025, as a package deal for a discount. So check that out. Thanks for coming today. Take care. Happy silversmithing.